What has been the toughest thing about playing with LeBron James?
I wouldn't say any toughest.
That's the answer I was looking for.
Oh.
That's just the answer I was looking for right there. It's not tough. It should be easy to play with him.
Luka Dončić sat down with Snoop Dogg for what looked like a chill convo, but nobody expected him to drop a line that exposed one of the biggest splits in NBA culture right now. He starts praising LeBron James, talking about his wild longevity, then casually says, "I might not even be able to walk by year 23, and laughs. But you can tell he means it. That wasn't some loose joke. That was Luka showing what kind of player he really is, and it's the total opposite of what most guys in today's league are on. While LeBron celebrates making it to season 23, Luka basically admits he'll never get there. And that might be the most championship-minded thing an NBA star has said in years. Snoop asks Luka what it's like hooping with LeBron, and Luka gives the normal respect, calls it crazy that LeBron is still dominating in year 23. Then he drops the line that flips everything. He says he probably won't even be walking by then, and you can feel he's being real.
Wants to be great, man. Just talk about his 23rd season. I said I might not be able to walk no more at 23rd season, and he's still doing it at the best of the best.
And it's just basketball. At the end of the day, it's just basketball.
Luka knows the toll he's putting on his body, knows the price he's paying, and he's cool with it because of one thing: winning. When Snoop mentions championships, Luka instantly points out, Kobe brought so many championships here. LeBron brought a championship here. That's not disrespect. That's Luka accidentally revealing who he studies and who he models himself after. And when Snoop spins those rings, talking about bringing magic back to LA, Luka doesn't mention longevity or playing into his 40s. He talks about one thing only: getting that ring. Even with a daughter on the way and a whole life outside basketball, Luka's mindset is locked in, championships over everything. Here's the wild part. His style of play is proving something the modern NBA hates admitting. There are two paths to greatness, and only one of them leads to stacking championships. Stick around and subscribe if you want more breakdowns like this. The league's split into two mindsets. On one side, you've got the longevity game, the modern approach. Save your body, stretch your career, stack stats, break records. LeBron James is the king of this lane. He picks his spots, manages minutes, skips tough back-to-backs even when he's healthy, and honestly, it's working. He's 40 and still putting up wild numbers. He's gonna own every long-term record the NBA has. Then there's the other mindset, the old school grind. The Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan approach. Show up every night, no excuses, no rest days. Play through stuff that would sit most guys down. Completely sacrifice your body just to chase rings. And here's the part people dance around. This path destroys you physically, but it usually brings more championships. Kobe played 20 seasons, and by the end his body was done. Achilles torn at 34, barely moving at 37. But he walked away with 5 rings. MJ played 15 seasons, took breaks, came back at 40 with no knees left, couldn't jump the same, but he still left with 6 rings. 6 times he proved he was the best when it mattered. Now look at LeBron. Year 23, body still crazy strong for his age. He's gonna set every counting record, most games, most points, all of it. But he's sitting on 4 rings in 23 seasons with squads full of stars and stacked rosters. So here's the tough question nobody wants to say out loud. What matters more? Playing forever or winning more championships? Now, let's get into what Luka Dončić actually did this season, because this shows exactly which path he picked. And trust me, he ain't following the LeBron longevity blueprint. He's rolling with the full Kobe sacrifice everything plan. Subscribe so you don't miss what comes next. Luka missed 18 games this season, and at first that sounds rough, until you realize every single one was from real injuries. No load management, no rest days, none of that. He played through a calf strain that should have benched him for weeks. He played through a knee issue that had him limping the whole game. He even left the arena on crutches once, and still pushed to come back early. And here's the wild part. He lost MVP eligibility because of it. The league's 65-game rule is supposed to stop load management, but Luka didn't miss games for rest. He missed them because he went so hard his body finally forced a timeout. He literally sacrificed his MVP shot because he refused to sit when his squad needed him. LeBron never deals with that. He manages his body so well, he always hits the thresholds. Luka went so hard, he physically couldn't keep going. And even when his team went 6-2 without him, he rushed back anyway. That's straight Kobe mentality. Be there for every battle. Forget the long war strategy.
Amazing to know that you had a relationship with Kobe Bryant and now you playing with LeBron James in the building that means so much to us in LA. Does any of that go through your head while you playing and on a mission for a championship, thinking about that?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Kobe brought so many championships here. LeBron brought a championship here, so I want to be the next one to do it for sure. But just, I met Kobe. I playing with LeBron just as a little kid in Slovenia. I just wanted to play basketball. Just wanted to touch the NBA, and now I'm playing with them.
And yeah, it's controversial. Nobody knows yet if Luka's path is genius or reckless. We won't know for a decade. But history is clear. The guys who took this path usually ended up with more rings. Kobe's body gave out at 37, but he walked away with 5 championships. Jordan's body eventually quit too, but he got 6. LeBron's still going strong, but he's stuck at 4. So which approach really brings the most championships? Here's something most people don't know. Luka met Kobe Bryant when he was just a kid, way before the draft, before the hype, before everything. And that meeting clearly stuck with him. Because when he talks Lakers legacy with Snoop, listen to his exact words. Kobe brought so many championships here. LeBron brought a championship here. That wording tells you exactly who shaped his mindset. Subscribe if you're rocking with this breakdown. Kobe brought many. LeBron brought a championship. Luka easily could have said both brought titles, but he didn't. He separated them, and he said Kobe first. Now think about Kobe's last seasons. The man played his final year with a torn rotator cuff. He spent whole stretches with basically no knees. Couldn't jump, could barely slide sideways, but he still suited up for full seasons because that's what real champions did.
But you have to really play hard. Does that hurt you physically?
No, because when I play hard all the time. There's no turn it on here, turn it off here. It's just 110% at all times.
We come to practice, he's on one leg. Like he was hurt the second year, he was on one leg the whole year and played 82 games. Wow. And so he practiced every day and he played every game on one leg. And so you're like, man, MJ, why don't you just sit up? How can I be the leader of the team and sit out and y'all going through all the crap? I gotta be there.
I twisted my ankle and I had a teammate, David Greenwood. He says, you twist your ankle, young fella, come over and sit with me. This is, you need to. I said, no, man, I'm trying to make a name for myself. There's no way I can sit. I need to get out there and show what I'm capable of. I want to play, I want to win. I want to make an impact.
No begging for rest days, no load management. You showed up because your teammates and your fans deserve that. And here's where Kobe and LeBron split. Kobe's teammates watched him wreck his body for championships. They saw him fight through injuries that should have shut him down. When your leader never takes a night off, nobody else can either. If your superstar is hopping around on one leg in the playoffs, who's gonna complain about being tired? Now look at LeBron's squads. They see him sitting healthy on back-to-backs, taking rest nights, managing his schedule. Totally different energy. Kobe built a culture in LA that went beyond basketball, a standard. You show up, you play hurt, you don't make excuses, and you chase championships like your life depends on it. That's why he retired with 5 rings and why his teammates would do anything for him. Luka talks about wanting to bring the next championship to LA, and yeah, he mentions both Kobe and LeBron. But with the way he's playing right now, the way he sacrifices his body, the way he refuses to load manage even when it costs him MVP eligibility, Luka's clearly following the Kobe blueprint, not the LeBron one. All right, here's the part that's gonna make people heated, but these are real questions we gotta ask. First one, if LeBron James had played with Kobe's mentality, would he have more than 4 rings? Think about it. LeBron's played with Dwyane Wade, Chris Bosh, Kyrie Irving, Kevin Love, Anthony Davis. He's been on stacked squads most of his career. LeBron's always had stacked talent around him, but he's also taken plenty of rest nights and load management games. So here's the real question. If he played every season like Kobe, all 82, no breaks, would he already have 6 rings? 7? We'll never know, but it's worth asking. The counterpoint is the longevity strategy. By saving his body, LeBron stayed in the championship hunt across 3 decades. More years, more chances. But do extra chances matter if you don't convert them at the same rate?
Like you mentioned a little bit about today's game. Because we had Clever on here, and He talked about load management. He said, I don't know what the hell that is. Where is it going? And that's number one. And number two, how do we get it back?
Even for me, I love the NBA game, but then I turn on to a game, right? And then the stars are not playing because of load management. Mm-hmm. It's hurting the game.
Next question. Is making it to year 23 truly impressive if you sat out 50-plus games over the years to stay fresh? LeBron's about to break every longevity record. Most games, most minutes, most seasons. But how many of those would still stand if he played like Jordan and Kobe, never skipping nights? And honestly, do these longevity records even matter? Or are championship rings the only stat that really defines greatness? Here's the third question, and this one cuts deep. What would Kobe Bryant say about load management? We kind of already know because he spoke on it before he passed. He never blasted players outright, but his philosophy was crystal clear. If you can play, you play. You don't leave teammates hanging, and you don't disrespect fans who paid to see you. His whole legacy came from showing up no matter what, injured or not. So what would he say about skipping a game healthy just because it's the second night of a back-to-back? What would he say about load management protocols? We all know the vibe, and Luka knows it too. That's why he pushes through injuries instead of resting. That's why he lost MVP eligibility from playing too hard, not too little. He's living by the Kobe code, not the modern rulebook. Back in the 90s and 2000s, if you sat out games without a serious injury, people called you soft. Fans roasted you, media cooked you, and your toughness got questioned. That was the culture. Now in the 2010s and 2020s, if you don't rest and manage your body, people say you're reckless and not thinking long-term. The culture flipped completely. So which era was right? Which mindset created more killers? Which one actually produced more championships? Look at the champs. The 90s had Jordan and the Bulls showing up every night and walking away with 6 rings. The 2000s had Kobe and Shaq, then Kobe and Powell grinding through everything and stacking 5 rings. In the 2010s and 2020s, teams won, sure. The Warriors loaded up with motion offense and strategic rest. The Raptors won with Kawhi Leonard barely playing all season. The Bucks won, the Nuggets won, but none of those squads built dynasties like the Bulls or Lakers. And none of those stars reached that mythical Jordan-Kobe status. Maybe that's random, or maybe the sacrifice, the I refuse to sit mentality, builds legends in a way the safe, preserve your body strategy never will. Fifth question, does your superstar's approach to the regular season shape championship culture? If LeBron sits healthy and his teammates see it, what message does that send? Compare that to Kobe's teammates watching him hobble around on one leg and still refuse to skip a game. Which team ends up tougher? There's no absolute right answer, but these questions matter because Luka's actions say exactly where he stands. He's playing hurt, sacrificing MVP eligibility, refusing to load manage. That's a loud message about what he believes wins rings. Luka's refusing to sit out, choosing winning over preservation, and he straight up told Snoop Dogg his mission is to bring a championship to LA. But here's the clock ticking. If he keeps playing this hard, he's got maybe a 10-year window before his body starts breaking down. Kobe's body began falling apart around 34, and that Achilles tear was the start of the decline. If Luka follows that same path, Lakers fans basically have until he's around 35 to stack titles. A decade sounds long, but in NBA years, it's a tiny window. The Lakers just traded for Luka. They've got LeBron in year 23. They've got Anthony Davis. The squad is built. But the window is way shorter than people realize because Luka's style burns bright and fast, not slow and steady. And honestly, that might be exactly what Lakers fans want. Maybe they don't want another guy aiming for season 23. Maybe they want someone who leaves everything on the court, plays hurt, and brings that Mamba-style culture back. If Luka stays healthy for the next 3 years, the Lakers could seriously chase 3 straight titles. But only if he keeps playing with that same fire, no load management, showing up for every big moment, sacrificing his body when needed. If he switches to the longevity blueprint, sure, the Lakers might get more years out of him. But they lose that championship urgency that makes dynasties. That's the trade-off. Kobe mentality comes with a shorter peak. LeBron longevity comes with fewer rings per season. Luka already picked his lane. The real question is whether Lakers fans are ready for everything that choice brings. So, when Luka Dončić said he might not be able to walk by year 23, he wasn't joking. He was revealing exactly who he is. He was telling you the real price of greatness, the old school price. Luka showed you exactly which road he picked, and it's not the modern protect your body, play till you're 45 route. He's on the Kobe path, the Jordan path, the path where you sacrifice everything for championships. LeBron James is going to finish with more seasons played than anyone ever, holding every longevity record. He might end up with 5 or maybe 6 rings, and that's an incredible career. But Kobe got 5 in fewer years and became a legend in Los Angeles. Jordan got 6 and became the icon of a whole generation. Their peaks were shorter, but that made their legacies even louder because they burned insanely bright while they were on top. Luca Dončić is already choosing that same lane. At 25, he's playing like his body is disposable, putting rings ahead of career length, following the Kobe blueprint instead of LeBron's longevity plan. And if history tells us anything, that path might actually lead to more championships. The real question isn't whether Luka's right or wrong. It's what you value more as a fan. Do you want a superstar who plays 23 years and picks his spots, or a superstar who gives you everything right now, burns out by 35, and leaves behind a wall full of banners? Luka already made his choice. And if you're a Lakers fan, you better hope he stays locked in on that path, because the Kobe way might hit his body hard by his mid-30s, but it's also the same mindset that delivered 5 titles to LA. Watching Luka refuse to rest, watching him hoop through injuries, watching him lose MVP eligibility because he played too hard, that looks way more like the beginning of a dynasty than a mistake. So drop a comment. Which path do you respect more? The player who lasts 23 seasons, or the one who sacrifices everything for rings and retires early? Both lead to greatness. They just define greatness differently. And right now, Luka's path is the one that historically leads to more parades, and Lakers fans should love that. If this hit you, smash that like button and subscribe, because Luka's journey is just getting started.